know that I had friends that I want to acknowledge and thank in my life, and then that were really trying to help and supportive and truly loved me, and I couldn't see it then because there were other people that were in the way.
Flipping through the pages of my old journals, with every turn another memory.
Hello and welcome to Journaling. Hello and welcome to Journaling Through the Years, episode 66. My name is Leah Liz, and this is a series on this channel wherein I read from my journals that I've been writing in since I was old enough to hold a pen or a pencil. And so we're in the sophomore year journal, end of sophomore year, and remember last week there was a little bit of content warning. This is right before I'm heading into my first big depressive break when my bad friend, Bad A, ran off to Chico with her boyfriend when she was about 16. And then my other best friend jumped into a relationship with my boyfriend. They got together like an hour after I broke up with, or he broke up with me. And so I was suddenly just it was really bad. And I didn't have a lot of people that were around me. Well, I did have a lot of people around me supporting me and wanting to be there for me and just listen to me and kind of find a way to help me. But then I had a lot of other people that were just like minimizing my pain. Just get up, and that would be sort of a reoccurring theme in my life, is just to minimize my pain. Just take your pills and that's it. You're better now, right? And so that eventually that didn't help. So this is a content warning, but before I get started, I want to point out that I am wearing, I'm sorry, how embarrassing. I spilled makeup on it. But here's the shirt, Jesus Loves Queer. I'll put up nicer ones, spilled makeup, on my, up here so you can see them, and the link to purchase any one of these wonderful sweatshirts or t-shirts, it will be below. And remember, it's to support the Trevor Project, which there'll be information about that below as well. It will help to fund or refund the film I made, I Am Fine. And also, besides Jesus Loves Queer, I'm this lovely maybe today Satan is what he says. So the fundies out there will have like a heyday with that, because they'll be like, oh, she loves Satan and she's wearing Jesus Loves Queer. See? Oh well. So let's begin here. Because I'm old. Do you like the look? Actually, I don't need to wear it at all. I just thought it'd be funny to wear it. Let's see what else is going on. My water, I live in the country, and my water has been out for a couple days, and so I haven't showered. And the guy is here right now with it. It's on a well, and he's here with my landlord fixing it, so hopefully we'll have water soon. And and TimeSick is out, which is the continuing series of our Doctor Who fan fiction, and it's on the YouTube channel Timekeys, which I can put a link for that below, and you can check it out. Its second episode went out yesterday, and there's 3 more episodes. If you go to the time, and I can put this in the link below, if you want to watch it episodically so you can follow along, I'll put the playlist below, because a lot of times on YouTube you just kind of watch videos and then you're watching them out of sequence and you're like, what's going on? And that's fine. Maybe you want to be clueless. It's fine. I celebrate and welcome the views where I can get them. And if you haven't, subscribed to that channel as well as this one, it really helps. Okay, where are we at? So the first thing that's in here on this section is really funny, and I'm not going to bore you with it, but notes for field trip. And then it looks like we're going on some field trip, and I'm writing about natural history. I'm not sure where we're going, but it goes on for several pages about natural history. Believe that this might have been my teacher, Fernando Nugent. He was my favorite teacher. He died in 2002 of a heart attack / car accident. The next thing in here, and this is why I'm thinking that this is right before I got broken up with and my friend went out with him, so-called best friend, because there's a poem or a prose in here called Another Night, and it's written by that so-called best friend. So she must have skipped ahead a couple pages and written it in there, and then I went back and was filling it in, and so it's in here randomly. It's actually a good poem. I'm not going to read it because I don't want to give her air. I would say she's a good writer. That's what I'll give her, and that's something that we did bond over. I can have that happy memory, and that's probably why I was heartbroken, is I was betrayed, and the person, you know, didn't even acknowledge that she had done wrong. A one-eyed owl. This is mine. And this is, let's just check this out. Content warning, remember? Content warning, trigger warning. If you struggle or have struggled with depression or suicide ideation, please proceed with caution. A one-eyed owl. A one-eyed owl? A one-eyed owl. What an interesting image. Just one eye. And they can see in that, like, there's such, owls can see. But a one-eyed owl, what happened to his other eye? And he's like, rah. Okay. I'm all trying to be philosophical and, like, dark, and, you know, my 17-year-old self and my 45-year-old self is like, one eye. It's like an eye patch, or is it just gone? All the other owls are making fun of him. Yeah, how you only have one eye? A what? Or is he like a Leela from the family? No, from Futurama. A one-eyed owl. Fear creeps in my lonely soul as darkness. Fear creeps in my lonely soul as darkness begins to envelope the valley. No silver moon to light my path arises. I sit in my solitude, peering straight ahead into pure darkness, knowing that he will soon come. Who is coming? He, the one-eyed owl. Why is this funny? It is he that I am afraid. Oh gosh, I would be afraid if I saw him. He's like, maybe he just wants to be friends, and he shows up and I'm like, you have one eye. He's like, I want to be your friend. It is this fear that makes me stay. I'm like motionless, thinking I should hide. Thinking I should head back to the lighted window from which I departed. Just climb out the window and then just hang out there, knowing that the one-eyed owl that is my fear is coming. Yet it is this fear of uncertainty that I long. I know what he looks like. He's one-eyed. The one-eyed owl with his fierce green eyes, his gray feathers, his yellow beak, pecking and gnawing away at my flesh till I have become no more. Gulp. I think we know the subtext from reading that, from what I was going through at the time and what I've already alluded to. Very graphic. The fear of the unknown, then, is not necessarily that I don't know what the one-eyed owl looks like, even though I'm describing him. I think it's the great beyond, what happens after, you know, life after death kind of thing. But I should go back. I shouldn't go through with this pain. It's what I want to do, unaliving myself and all that. His green eyes peer into my soul, chewing apart. Ugh. His green eyes are chewing me. I have to make this funny. His green eyes, and I say green eyes. He only has one eye. How many eyes does he have? Up here it says with his fierce green eyes. He only has one eye. Oh well. A correction. Chewing apart slowly till I can't remember who I am. His green eye is chewing. How does an eye chew? I cry out, yet revel in this pain. Okay, have you noticed that when you're feeling bad? At least for me in my past when I was depressed, like, this is why a lot of people want to hurt themselves when they're depressed or going through something rough mentally, emotionally, they don't necessarily want to unalive themselves. They want to feel something else. My lover from afar hears my cry, coming to my rescue. He finds my naked body, dripping in blood. Sad. Dripping in blood, soul barely alive. Okay. I didn't show this to anyone. Any of my friends. The friends knew because I would tell them I was depressed in high school and stuff. But I wasn't showing this specifically to anyone. I just find that really interesting, the depths of where I was going. And also that I wanted my lover to come, and I think at this point he had broken up with me, so I wanted someone to rescue me from this pain. I mean, this is heartbreak. Getting broken up with sucks, but I was going to a really low place, and I wasn't sharing it with anyone that was around me that could help. I know that I had friends that I want to acknowledge and thank in my life, and then that were really trying to help and supportive and truly loved me, and I couldn't see it then because there were other people that were in the way, and that's what abusers do. They take over and they want complete control. Mind not thinking, what must my lover do? And also maybe there was a part of me that wanted him to come and see what he'd done. Carry my soulless body back down the path of life. So he had to rescue me, not me rescue myself. Whether I make it or not depends on if I am insane or just deranged. What's the difference between being insane or just deranged? Like, really. And also I want to point out that this guy had probably called me insane at some point. And I think that the bad A had also used that terminology. You're insane. Dare, my friend, your fright. Face the one-eyed owl. Okay, so this is really interesting to me, is that I was wanting someone to rescue me, but I was also telling myself to face my fears. So I wanted to be rescued, but I think there was a part of me that wanted to face my fears and see how far I could go into the pain and what would happen afterwards. And so it's really interesting to me that I think that's why I never did anything truly harmful. I never fully, like, I'm still here, I'm still alive after everything I've been through, and I'm better than I've ever been in my life because I recognized the people in my life that were harmful and took active steps to move away from them. And whatever that was, maybe it was a soft boundary, maybe it was a hard boundary, whatever it is. And my episodes in that way have reduced. And I still believe I have issues and I'm prone to these things, but I'm not acting on them as much because I'm not triggered. But I think that I've always had the strength, whether it's coming from outside, from really supportive people that I wasn't codependent with necessarily, that just loved me for me and enjoyed my company, or maybe I think also within me. I because of all the pain and what I've been through, trauma in my life, I've always had an ability to see beyond what this world, the surface level of the world, and I, that's why I find myself very creative, whether in the acting or writing, is I can allow myself to go to these depths and push through them, as hard it is as sometimes I want to run. And I think this shows that, is that, like, eventually it's this last line, dare my friend your fright, face the one-eyed owl. And I think that's also when it comes to the workshops I want to do, the Thriving Artist workshops that I'm working on planning and prepping and researching and all that fun stuff. The idea is to use art to help us face our fears in a way that is safe and healthy and just in a confined space, and just kind of hold it there and then move past that's part of the idea, and through that find healing and be able to move past to a place of fully thriving. Okay, we're gonna read 2 more, and these are prose. Remember, trigger warning, content warning. Why must one keep these feelings trapped inside thy heart? Thy heart. And I don't even think that's the correct. Why must one keep these feelings trapped inside thy heart? It's just so like, it's trying to sound so grown up and poetic. There is no pain in becoming a free spirit. Dilly-dally with me, dear friend, in this bright open air with the sunlight hitting our bodies, coloring our neck and bosom. Let your feet touch lightly the cool water below. Linger long with me in the early mist of morning, to the hour of bewitching twilight. Then you shall kiss my lips, vivid and red, taint my soul with this unrequited love. Make me love you for 1,000 days. Then shall I whisper forever in your ear. Like, I'm sure that meant then shall I whisper forever in your ear. Not like I'm saying I'm just forever in this person's ear, just like pss, pss, pss. They're going through life and they're like, ah! People are thinking they're crazy and like schizophrenic, and like they hear voices and it's me like, but no, I think I meant forever. Like, I'm gonna love you forever. It starts out really cool, and I think that I was doing a lot of writing because of my pain, and I probably just wrote these like one after another. I do that when I start writing, and I'm like, I can't stop writing in my journal. That's why there's so many journals. So it started out, I really like it. Why must I keep these feelings trapped inside? Why must one keep these feelings trapped up inside thy heart? There is no pain in becoming a free spirit. Dilly-dally with me, dear friend, in this bright open air with the sunlight hitting our bodies, coloring our naked. And then it just goes into this idea where I'm suddenly looking to someone else for my own happiness. I like the vivid and red. My lips are vivid and red. And it's such a stereotypical picture of what a woman should. She's got the red lipstick, and that's beautiful. I just find that interesting, the way I was writing it, based on probably what I was seeing in the media, and have always an idealized vision of a woman. Also, I was always attracted to sort of that like medieval type of woman. Maybe you'd find her in like a what's that guy's name? Not Robin. King Arthur. That kind of like attire, and you know, and the woman with the white face and the red lips, and Lucy Maud Montgomery type writing about women. And even in the 90s, we didn't contour our faces. We were just like white with like lipstick and a little thing. And I kind of still do that. I don't really know how to contour. I just learned a couple years ago, and then I don't do my makeup a lot, so I don't know how. What am I talking about? Sorry. One, keep these feelings trapped inside the heart. So it's interesting that in my pain, I want to be able to express my pain or express my emotions, whatever they are, good or bad. And yet I'm in a place where I was living at the time, growing up, it wasn't acceptable. Keep your feelings inside. We don't want to see it, whatever they are. Just show a smile. Never feel anything else. Even if you do, just bury it. Okay. So I wanted to come from that, and by doing that, by expressing myself, I'll be a free spirit. However, and that would leave me to a place, dilly-dally with me. I love that line, dilly-dally with me. Like, it's just like I'm here going inside thy heart, and then dilly-dally with me. Like, so like casual. But it's going to this place of like, okay, we're in the bright sunlight because we're expressing our emotions, all of them. And it just ends with a sense of, I'm going to give you my forever love. And also taint my soul with this unrequited love. It also speaks to me as like, before I was reading this and I was writing about, root of all evil boy and my friends at the Binger Club and just like the sweetness of that and my sort of youthfulness before I had these two boyfriends that broke my heart and went into high school and started growing up. I was young, and it's like here I am. It's like kind of a similar picture of that. It was like I was kind of young and naive, and I liked boys, but I didn't have a boyfriend, and then I was tainted by this outside love or outside people. You know, I'm in love with this person, boyfriends that have broken up with me, or just crushes that have now tainted my soul with unrequited love because I'm heartbroken and they don't like me like that. Okay, last one. And this is a trigger warning. Trigger content warning. But I'm going to read it so you've been warned. There is no cure for this pain. Sweetness of my love, now tainted with the bitterness of cold reality. My beautiful days with him, my days of fairy tale hopes and long moonlit nights, all grown sour, all have shattered. What can we do? She stares at the revolver with its sleek, silvery body. Death. That is her only hope now. Death is the only forever she can count on. The gun feels cold and heavy in her grip. She sits, hand holds it to her temple. A shot fires. She lay on the floor, blood falling from her mind. Now she has made a history of self, and she's no more. Okay. I want you to remember I was in a lot of pain, and I was very depressed. This was my first depressive break, and I was learning that my pain wasn't valued and that I needed to hide it. So I was really writing out all my pain and heartbreak within this journal. I want you to know that I'm grateful that I'm here and that there are people out in my life that loved me enough to keep me going. And I'm grateful for those people. And I'm grateful for the times that I felt suicidal throughout my life, in my early 20s or my mid to late 20s, in my teens and this age, where I didn't. Because if I did, I would have never met the people that are in my life now that came after, or never grown and realized the deep love that the people that have been there, some since I was 3, some since I was in high school, some since college, some since whatever, after college for 20 plus years, I would have never known the love of those fruit to come to bear such healthy fruit, where I can see the depth of their love and the patience that they've had with me and that they've always been there. I would have never met the people that are in my life now that have shown me true love. Even those people that have gone on, like David Nenow, who died almost 2 months ago now, he had an authentic, real love for me that I never really, I'm so grateful for. So know that in yourself if you're feeling this low. I never showed this to anyone, and I never read them until now. But I want to just look at it and think about maybe a little bit of symbology in it. And the idea that there is a cure for the pain you're feeling. And I think it for me is an expressing, writing out this pain, writing out this poem, and how it just flowed out of me. I wasn't planning this. I wasn't thinking. It was just coming out from a deep darkness that was within, and that I had no other place to share it. I think I saw during this time a therapist once and then never again. After I got medicine. And I think it's also interesting. My days of fairy tale hopes and long moonlit nights, all grown sour, all shattered. Life is built up with highs and lows, with good times and bad. And if you're since I was raised in a place where I was not allowed to share emotions, and I would to revel in the high highs but not the low lows, and to kind of always stay in that place. And if you went down to a dark place, you were bad, you were kind of punished, you were nullified or minimized, and just get back up, just get back up, get back to that happy place. I think I idealized the fairy tale, the happiness. I think also in this world we live in with the media and the Disney and all of that, we idealize these moments as this is a mark of success. But I think that a mark of a successful person is someone that is whole and is able to sit with that pain. Now, I recommend therapy. I recommend psychiatry, seeing a psychiatrist, psychotropic therapy, I think that is, medicine therapy. I recommend it. I also recommend other aspects of mental health, which is, just writing, creating. Even if you're not an artist, just draw, just put things down and just let it out. Exercise, healthy diet. There's a lot of things that go into it. And I think that, when I was first going through my issues in my late 2000s, my late 20s, I didn't know how to be healthy. I went away to college, and even before that, and I didn't know how to eat, how to take care of myself. For whatever reason, part of that is just being someone in the a person, a high schooler going away to college for the first time, where you suddenly have to take care of yourself and figure things out. But I think I didn't know how to take care of myself. I didn't know how to manage my emotions. I'd never been told. I've been told just to minimize and push down and then forget about it. And I think it's healthy to get to a place where you can sit in that pain and that anger and just acknowledge that you're there. And just say, I am depressed right now. And just sit in it in a safe place, and you'll find yourself being able to move away. The other thing you can do is change the scene. So if you're feeling depressed, if I was feeling depressed here, I would get up and go for a walk or go get some food or whatever I needed to do. So with that, I'm going to leave you with your life matters, you matter, and you are loved.